Yo, what's going on, guys? And let me got you back with you for another video, and today we're going on basically, I guess, part 2 of the breakdown. We're going to be taking out look at LF Goku Black, obviously releasing with Vegito, and we already checked out Vegito. If you guys didn't see that video, it should be the one literally uploaded right before this, so check that one out. And yeah, so let's hop into Goku Black. So let's just I don't want to sit here as long on some of this stuff as I was in the other one, because I think I was like elongating it from a little much. So we're gonna skim through these, and then we're just gonna focus more so on the actual actual kit, but we'll skim through these stuff a little bit first here. So he has the new feature, the no special cover change. So yeah, basically any character will be able to go on the offensive. So we'll see that in the kit, the no special cover change. We'll see that in action. Obviously, he has his transformation, and then he's a defensive character, which we did see from the reveals and stuff. So his Z ability, what we got here: 38% to future God Key and powerful opponent, and then 18% to future strike attack. This is strike attack, strike and blast defense, by the way. And Vegito's were offensive. All right, cool. So for Rose, he has strike that reduces enemies' health restoration. No blast armor on these though, so Rose doesn't, at least before transforming at least, he doesn't have blast armor. His blast restores his own health. Okay, that's pretty good. And inflict the enemy with bleed. If the unique gauge is full, you'll even nullify endurance. Okay, interesting. So his blue card, 30% of special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed. Okay, so he does do bleed, which I thought from reading Vegito's kit and some of the stuff that he had against that stuff, I assumed this guy was gonna have bleed. Mind you, this is the one before transforming. So yeah, if the unique gauge is full, resets own unique gauge to 0, and the following effects occur upon activation: 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 counts. Nullifies endurance, and inflicts all enemies with 30% minus 30% to health restoration. And this one does have blast armor. So basically, if the gauge is full, you can use this to reset the gauge, the blue card to reset the gauge, and you're getting extra damage plus the endurance nullification. Pretty good, for sure. Okay, I guess we'll just have to see how bad it is to get his gauge. That's the big thing, I think, for sure. Let's look at the green card. Green card applies the following effects to self upon activation: restores health by 10%, then nullifies element factors. So he'll get type nullification. Nullifies enemy melee tap action, strike arts, and most forward. So this is the it's not a counter. Yeah, it's more like a nullify, which is supposed to, I guess, make him stronger, which is pretty cool. The following effects occur if the attacks are nullified. Randomly draws at most 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Okay. Restores own key by 50, 30% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces enemy vanish case to 0% and enemy key by 100%, and then inflicts all enemies with 3 substitution counts. That's a pretty big counter, or nullify, for sure. That's a pretty good one. Getting some key there is nice. You can't combo off this, but getting key is nice. And then this is crazy. So it's basically forces actually you get a free combo, because I was about to say it forces you to switch, but no, you have this here too. So you can literally just attack, unless like if you have a blue card, unless they have a blue card, which no, they shouldn't, because they reduce their key by 100. So they can't even pop anything. So yeah, basically that just gives you a free combo, does it not? I mean, I'm trying to think of what else could counter that. I guess auto counter stuff like that, which Vegito nullifies, but not this guy. So I guess that type of stuff, if you're going in against someone, certain cards, that yeah, they could counter you. All right, but I like this green card. Main ability: transform into Super Saiyan Rose. Restores on health by 30%, key by 50. That was the same as Vegito Blue. Gives cover null, and then it cancels all absolute downgrades and abnormal conditions. Makes sense. And same timer counts as Vegito as well. Pretty similar to Vegito. Vegito's is better. He's getting vanish and cards. So I mean, this is just technically it's just a worse version, because I mean, he's getting cover null here, I guess, which is nice, but Vegeta wasn't getting that, but I don't. Okay, first unique. Following effects occur when the battle starts. 150% to damage, reduces damage received by 70%. This is what we saw on Vegito too. Okay, 7% to own key recovery, and then increases card draw speed by 1 level. -5 to own arts cost, and then inflicts all enemies with no special cover change. So this is the new basically ability where basically everyone on the team, well, at least for him because he inflicts everyone with it, but everyone on the team literally can't cover change. It's kind of crazy. Other than that, I believe everything is pretty much the same. The key recovery for, I don't remember if Vegito had this, or if it did, I feel like it was 60, not 70. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I don't have him pulled up anymore, but I believe it's either the exact same, or I think this might have been 70 or 60. I don't know exactly though. Alright, the following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer. That's a good mechanic, okay. Restores own health by 15%, 3 times, okay. And the activation count is shared before and after, okay, makes sense. Restores own ki by 30, good. 70% to damage, so that's 70% more damage. Okay, so Vegito got 80%, but this guy gets 70. Reduces impact and slice damage received by 10% for 10 timer counts. Nullifies typing for damage sustained, and it makes sense as a defensive character. And then inflict all enemy attribute with attribute downgrade, -20% special move. Okay, interesting here. Okay, I mean, I'm liking this. It's similar to Vegito, but a little different. Obviously, he's a defense-oriented character, so like Vegito did have this stuff, but he to be fair, Vegito also did have the arts power stuff with just regular cards too. This guy's only green and alts and awaken. Interesting that it's not the other, unless it's in here somewhere else, but interesting that he doesn't have just strike and blast cards. Odd, honestly. He does have this though, I guess, which is cool, but this is really only gonna be great, I feel like, when you're cover changing in, because this is when he enters the battlefield. So if you're just hopping in, you're not gonna be taking damage. This is only for damage sustained, so this won't really do much unless you get hit very quickly after you switch in. I feel like most of this, the benefit for this is gonna be cover changing. And I think a big thing with this guy too, and with a lot of defensive characters, is that we're gonna have to see the stats, because the stats could greatly change or impact how good the character actually is. So I think that's a big thing too. All right, let's keep on going. Plus the following affects itself upon landing, strike, or blast. Activates once. Restores ki by 30, and then 30% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. I mean, this is upon landing. Okay, yeah, upon landing. And this is just 1, so he gets 30 ki. Cool. And then 30% to damage. I mean, that's a pretty big damage increase. He's gonna be at like what, 250% damage with that, plus this, and then the 150. Okay. Like I said, I think stats are going to be a big thing with this guy, because usually defense characters, they have their stats pretty nerfed, like they're especially offensive stats, they're nerfed a lot. So we'll see how this guy's stats are looking. Cancel enemy buff effects when they have an ultimate, awakened, or rising rush, or if they activate one while this character's on the battlefield. That's pretty good. I do like that. Yeah, cancel enemy buff effects for sure. This guy does have endurance. It's somewhere down here. He has it though, if I can find it. Here, yeah. This, okay. That'll be good for that. Shortens own substitution count by 5 when enemy activates the all awakened or rising rush. Got you. While this character's on standby. So basically, they want you to switch into this guy. That's pretty much what they want you to do. Now, this can't. I don't believe this can activate with this though. Like, he can't be on standby and then cancel this, because this is on activation, or when they activate, not while. So you can't like get the sub count, swap in, and then he'll also cancel buffs. It shouldn't work like that, I don't believe, because it's when it's activated. So yeah. All right, unique 2. Knocks enemy back if they're performed against strike arts, so strike cover change, combo into special move. The following effects when health reaches 0. So this is basically the endurance effect. Restores own health by 30%, cancels own attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions, destroys all enemy cards as well. And it's shared before and after transforming. Well, okay, basically saying he can only do one. Yeah, okay, yeah, makes sense. That's interesting for a transforming character. That's kind of interesting. So you could technically get the endurance before you transform. Kind of interesting. Okay. And yeah, I mean that's normal endurance stuff. Greatly charges own unique gauge every time when hit with the enemy's arts attack while this character's on the battlefield. So when he gets hit, he greatly charges it. So it should be pretty quick then. Just basically, hopefully he can take a hit. The following effects occur once unique gauge is full. Restores health by 20%, shortens ally subcount by 2, randomly destroys 2 enemy cards, reduces enemy key by 50, and then inflicts all enemies with the no special cover change as well. 15 timer counts. Okay, so similar to Vegito, they get their new mechanic in a couple ways via the unique gauge and somewhere else in their passive. In their uniques or like cards, like Vegito gets the nullification. He gets it on green card as well. Plus the gauge, so yeah, makes sense that they both do it like that. He's getting a lot of stuff here though, a lot of defensive mechanics. Subcount manipulation's great. Destroying 2 cards is a good stopper. Key by 50, pretty decent. I think people were comparing this actually to the gauge, which is pretty similar to Baby. A little worse, but it's similar. And I do like. Obviously, I think this is gonna be pretty good. Like just generally, this is gonna be really good. So we'll see how that goes. And he's doing it for 15 timer counts, where Vegito's nullification was 10. Shouldn't make a substantial difference, but it's interesting to note. Okay. Following effects occur when this enemy switches characters while this character's on the battlefield. So he gets health and plus 10 to all arts costs to the enemy, and all enemies -1 to card draw speed level. Okay. So this is when the enemy switches and he is on the battlefield. Okay, got you. Alright, next, applies the following effects to self after enemy attack is over. Restores 20% of damage received, up to 20% of own health, and 30% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. So this is after the enemy attack is over. Got you. Okay, so this is going to obviously go into his gauge, filling, and like I said, I don't know how fast it's going to fill, but it does say greatly fills, so it should be pretty quick. And yeah, he's getting restores 20% of damage received. Okay. I do like that effect in terms of health, and then he's getting damage for that. So that's cool. And this is all. Oh yeah, this is going into the transformation. Okay, transformation. He gets slice. So he has 100% chance to inflict bleed. He has blast armor now. I thought that would be the case. So before transformation, Goku Black does not have blast armor. He has it after though. Blast, they don't heal anymore, but he's getting damage. 10%, or no, the enemy is getting this downgrade. They're taking more damage. Okay. I think Vegito also had this, I believe. All right, blue card deals massive impact damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation: 30% special move damage. Restores gauge. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. And nullifies endurance for 3 counts. And applies the following effects to enemy on hit: 10% or plus 10 to all arts costs for 20 timer counts. And then he 100% chance to inflict extreme bleed. A lot of bleed on this guy. Cool. Bleed damage can, especially extreme bleed, can rack up actually for sure. If unique gauge is full, resets own unique gauge to 0, and then does the following effects: plus 30% to damage, and then -50 to health restoration. Because he just automatically has nullify endurance, which makes sense because he's going to use this as his LF, so that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. And this has blast armor, so good to know. Applies the following effects. Oh, this is a green card, by the way. Applies the following effects to self upon activation: randomly draws 1 new card, and then restores key by 50. The following effects occur on hit. Okay, so this is a hitting one. Okay, got you. Fallen effects occur on hit, 20% damage inflicted for 5 timer counts. Cover null for 10 counts. Minus 50 to health restoration for 5 counts. And then this is comboable as well. So this is like Vegito's. Vegito's is also comboable. So he's getting, on hit, he's getting damage, cover null, and minus 50% to health restoration. And pretty good. And obviously these effects up here too. Getting a new card, getting Kimchi. I think Vegito was like that. He got a new card as well, I believe. And yeah, I think it was. And he has another effect down here. If unique gauge is full, restores own health by 10%. Okay, a little bit of healing there, and then subcount manipulation, minus 15 enemies sustained damage cut effects. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that is good. I like that. All right. Let's look at the main ability. Draws a special move like Vegito, makes sense. 20% health and 50 ki. Charges unique gauge by 100, so that's an instant charge. Because this one seems it can just keep on kind of filling. Cancels own attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions, and then nullifies element factors for 10 timer counts. Okay, cool. And this is 15 timer counts must elapse to use this. Alright, so let's look at the unique. Realistically, this should be mostly the same. A couple things are different, but should be mostly the same. But so let's take a look. After transforming, he's getting more damage, 40% to damage, 60% key recovery, and then 20% to health restoration. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I wonder, is he going to be healing a bit more in this form? Maybe. I mean, he has some healing in other spots, but okay. Interesting that they add that. Okay, and then they get minus 50% to health restoration as well. A lot of this actually I'm seeing on honestly both characters. The minus 50 health restoration. Alright. Fallen effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer. Restores own health by 15. Activates 3 times. And then restores ki by 30. Reduces impact and slice damage received by 10% for 10 timer counts. Nullify cover changes. And then inflicts all enemies with the minus 30 to the ultimate special and awakened arch power. So this is similar to his pre-transformation, but it's a little bit different. We have this obviously added on here, and this went to 30 now, so that's a little higher, obviously. I believe the health was there. Was it there? Let me check again. I believe it was, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it was there. Okay, yeah. All right. And let's see what else. Applies the following effects itself upon landing strike or blast. Restores ki by 30, and then 40% to damage. So basically, goes up basically from sting. So it's the same, it just increased. Cancels enemy buff effects. This is the same. This is the exact same. So the canceling enemy buff effects when they do the ultimate rising rush, awaken, or and the sub count manipulation as well. Same there. That is the same. Okay. Let's see. Endurance should be the same. Should be exact same. The unique. Oh, actually, hold up. This is a little different. Hold up. Is it super different? I'm seeing this, and this goes up to 2 cards. And we're adding this. He gets this twice. Reduces enemy Dragon Balls by 1. So that's new. This is the same. The key is the same. Cover null is the same. The health might be slightly higher, or it's the same. I can't remember exactly. Let me see. It's not too different though. Yeah, it's slightly higher. 25% now. Okay, so a little bit increases. Added the Dragon Ball, and then added an extra card here. So that's interesting. Okay, so we had a couple things there. Let's see here. This is when the characters when the enemy switches while the character's in the battlefield. 5% to health, plus 10 to arts cost, and then minus 1. Yeah, that should be the same. And then plus the following effects itself after enemy attack is over 20% to damage received, which was the same, and then 40% damage inflicted. I think that is up a little bit from the last one. Let me check. Yeah, it was 30. Yeah. But yeah, so that's up slightly. All right. But yeah, that is Rose. He looks like a highly he's a character that wants to get hit a lot for sure. So basically from here at this point, I'm just hoping that his defenses are enough to, sustain hits, because if not, then this guy could turn out to be kind of because if he can't take hits, then it's like, what is he really doing, right? So hopefully that is the case though, and he can actually eat hits, and you know, honestly, these guys should be pretty good, and we're probably gonna see a lot of people run both of them together. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. All the support is greatly appreciated. Let me know what you guys think about these characters, and Rose specifically, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.